Counseling. Counseling. When the person is giving birth, postnatally, usually when children, people are giving birth, they go once in a while to the hospital and they are monitored. And but some people will just give up and so this one has got disability. Why should I even bother myself taking them?
This is wrong.
But gradually, it will be affecting you, the mother and the father. So how do we support them? Like we say in grants, they can't afford a wheelchair. They're giving birth to a child who will need a wheelchair. How do you support them? You see, so it's important we look into that. I'm glad you mentioned that, and that will generate also business for people who will go into wheelchair production. Okay, and to generate businesses to help, and people will learn how to assemble it, things like that, because of the market.
It all interlink. Interlink. Because if you have entrepreneurs who are even ready to invest in making those kind of equipment to support our friends with their disabilities, and then if they make some of the profits, you give them the contracts because they're there to make, they want to contribute massively into the project, and then you give them the contracts, then they can even support some of the people who go on to participate in the Olympics.
And here, when a product is coming out, they invite the service users to taste them or try them and give their opinion. So somebody has been using a particular wheelchair for a long time. Let them give a feedback. You see, so they use that feedback to improve on the wheelchairs. That maybe the back is not comfortable. If we do it in a curved way, it won't bruise my sides. Okay, the pedals need to be there. They will ask and they will get different what you call information and feed it into a computer, and it will bring about 5 different types of specimen. Okay, and that also will be tried before they bring the final product. But even that, every year they get more feedback how to improve it, because it's an industry in itself. Okay, so you use the people with disability to shape the services for them. Okay, and like accessing health as well. How would you like to be supported? Okay, if they will get home visit, then you need to train more community health nurses that will go out there, or doctors that will go out there and help them. You see, so all these need to be looked at, and you need a database of all people with disabilities. Sometimes we don't even know in our country how many they are. And where they are.
If you don't know how you're going to plan for the support. Just wait.
So database is very important, and that can even attract people to go into that what you call venture in producing wheelchairs, and also creating jobs for them. And you need to do an audit, management audit, and see which companies and how many percentage of people with disability have they got in their organization. And if it doesn't meet the target, then you encourage them to employ
and also just to have, as you said, the database, just to know the type of disabilities that people have. That can even help researchers.
That's right.
To find a solution. To say, how come we're having a certain number of babies born with such disabilities in Malawi? Is it because maybe they're lacking certain vitamins, or are they lacking certain?
The area they are, maybe it's mining, pollution, and mercury is going into their bodies and things. That's a good point.
So those are some of the things we can look at.
And also having role models on the political scene and statesmen. If another person goes to, let's say, a hospital without a disability, and a doctor comes in a wheelchair and treats them, and the doctor is the expert or is a consultant there, it raises the profile of disability, and it challenges all of those stigma that these people can be as normal, or they are as normal as we.
That's it.
And if you see a president in wheelchair, delivering his address, and it's been voted for. That will also be a breakthrough.
In German, there was a guy who was a presidential aspirant, and the guy, he was through an accident, but he's disabled. He uses a wheelchair, and he's still economic finance minister.
That's great,
and he's one of the most respected finance ministers in the world, and he's disabled. So there's a lot of things that if you're disabled, it doesn't mean that there are barriers that you cannot reach. You cannot jump certain hurdles to reach somewhere. There are a lot of areas that you can,
Even we who don't have physical challenges, we need to be supported. So they also need to be. So we need to look at what really is affecting them, hear from their story as well, and put in place systems that will help them to live just a normal life with housing, health access, with jobs, and getting them involved to celebrate diversity, because they also part of their community and they're also part of their society. And that person might be having physical challenge, but he or she will give birth to the next president. Don't know. But if you deny them that quality of life and they pass away, it means that you've killed a future president indirectly.
You're right. So one thing that I also, I'm also concerned about is mental disability.
Mental health.
Mental health. Which it can be a disability as well, because it affects a lot of things in somebody's life. In Africa, we've got a lot of old people who sometimes they suffer from dementia. They suffer from certain things, but we feel there's a failure from the society and the families to identify some of these problems at an earlier stage and to find a way how we can resolve them or how we can cure them and to treat them. So because when somebody just starts showing certain sort of mental health, we just write them off.
We even call many old ladies witch. Because if you read about dementia, Alan, you see how severe it is. And it's killing, over here, it's killed about 99% of old people who died is through dementia. Because one nurse was telling me that the brain doesn't accept that they are living. They are like dead walking. It doesn't even know that he's alive or she's alive. You give him food 2 minutes, you tell you he has never eaten this food before. The same person who just ate. You see, so the brain, so it's a very scary thing, very, very scary. And in Africa, we always say old people are witches because they'll be uttering something that is abnormal and they will tend to be looking weird. But there's somebody who was also very beautiful and was maybe a teacher, an engineer, a nurse. But as we grow, the brain is suffering. So, like you're saying, we need to look into all that. But what I've seen in Africa is we want everything to be perfect. If you have any slight illness, they think maybe you've sinned against God. It's normal to be sick. Okay, but I know some sickness can go beyond and you might need spiritual intervention, but don't jump quickly and blame evil spirits on every sickness. When you don't have a job and you're not eating properly, your immune system will go down. You can have a breakdown. And in the night, if let's say you got a little mosquito bite, because your immune system is weak, you have high fever, and that can make you be screaming in the night. Then somebody will say that you've been tormented by spirits. But because you've not been eating properly, and you've not been able to take yourself to hospital and get a bit of medication to help yourself, you can be worrying of a problem. Think about it so much that when you're crossing the street, you don't even look.
So I think we need
to look at the practical aspect of it.
True. I think Mike, this brings us back to legislation. Because if we have proper, good legislation in place, we can even have people in communities who are trained to identify any signs of this, and then there is a proper policy that can support some of these people. You know, so
what the Africans are very good in talking. And the amount of seminars and workshops and conferences that have gone on in Africa concerning mental health, you don't have ideas, all sitting on the shelf. Because it's not the priority of the government. The priority of the government is still to retain power. So anything that they will do to make themselves, give them advantage is what they're looking at. You see, but like you're saying, brilliant ideas, brilliant legislation, but it will not be carried through. They will not even put budget aside for it. They will rather budget for expensive cars, rather budget for increase in money so that they can build their mansions.
And
but then they've used these people for politics and for conferences. For what? I think they've attended so many conferences outside on disability by World Health Organizations and